Greetings to all melanated people all around the world who are followers of Willam Branham, and to my brothers and sisters in the Third Exodus Assembly in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and in Trinidad and Tobago. It's really a joy and a blessing to be out here bringing a message to you, a message of liberation, emancipation, whereby I'm teaching you that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically, that the Bible is not literal, neither is it secular history, and that the message of Willam Branham had a message of symbology, and most people miss the message of symbology. And when he speaks about the mighty God unveiled before us, that many misunderstand the message that he was bringing across to them. How he was teaching them that God and man are one, and that you must never find yourself in stagnation. You must never find yourself being indoctrinated by religion. And how when he tell about his story out in nature, he was only giving you the symbol of how you must come back to your true identity by aligning yourself with nature, because you cannot change the laws or trick the laws of nature. Thus the reason why he told you about the divine law of reproduction, that every seed and every species reproduce after its own kind. And I've written a book on that called Can't Be Proven Wrong. And I'm encouraging you to go on Amazon and get my books and put what I'm saying to test whether what I'm saying is the truth or not. So then you don't have to believe anything that I'm saying, but I'm giving you a practical test. And many times I would encourage people to read Psalms 4:4, where it says, "Come in with your own heart upon your bed and be still." And I'm showing you, if you stop speaking to God outside of yourself and speak to the God within and believe what I'm saying to you, how you will experience so much blessings and abundance in your life. If you will only pray according to Matthew 6:6 also, where it says that you must go in to your closet, which is a secret place, a place of meditation, because prayer is desire and meditation. And close the door, which is the eyes, and see things through what? Your mind's eye, through the spiritual eye, through the eye of Matthew 6:22, where it says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. Don't you know that the invisible man in you has an eye? Don't you know that the invisible man in you can smell? Don't you know that the invisible man in you can operate in all of these senses in the spiritual realm? Don't you know, my brother, my sisters? You can say anything you want to say without even opening up your mouth. And Willam Branham told you that your thoughts have been heard, Lord, in heaven. That you what? It was secret, my brothers and sisters. He was teaching about the laws of thoughts. That thoughts become things. So when he was speaking about the mighty God unveiled before us, he wasn't pointing you to himself. He was pointing you to look within. He was teaching you that God is in everyone born of woman, and that you can be God asleep or God awakes. That's why Willam Branham told you about his out-of-body experience. He was teaching you when God awake within you, you will come out of your amnesia and come to your true identity. You will know who you are. Thus the reason why he was telling you that when your thoughts become your reality, then you will understand that it is the mighty God being unveiled right before you. Because everything was false thought. Everything was false imagined. Thus the reason why he tells you in St. John 1:3, all things was made by him, and without him there isn't anything made that was made. There's nothing that you can tell me in this world that was made, that wasn't false imagined, that wasn't false thought. And there is nothing that ever going to be that you can tell me it wasn't false thought, it wasn't false imagined. And there is no prophecy you could tell me about Because followers of Willam Branham like to speak about modern events being made clear by vindicated prophecy. There's no prophecy that has been fulfilled, as you always say, because you don't understand the laws of thought, right? That is not false thought. That is not false imagine. I don't care how much weapon been used. I don't care whatever happened. It was false thought. It was false imagine. So my brother, my sisters, you can never check the laws of the universe. Every seed and every species will reproduce of its kind. You'll always know the tree by its fruit. And I'm saying to you this morning, me bringing this wisdom to you, is the mighty God being unveiled right before you. Because God is the self of man. Thus the reason why I do not practice gossiping and speaking ill about others. Because I'll be speaking against my own self. But genuine love is corrective. That's the reason why I'm correcting you, my brother and my sisters. And showing you that whenever you interpret the Bible literally or a secular history, you'll always end up with an idol and end up in idolatry and end up in a curse. Because what everyone have done in their different religion or organized denomination is that whenever a messenger come forth and is bringing a message, and the message has been hidden in symbology, they always turn around and merge the messenger in the message. Even the Rastafarians take Haile Selassie, who was just a messenger, and merge him in the message and end up with an idol. So all people all around the world who belong to religion, any religion at all, they've been indoctrinated and infiltrated and have come into a place of holding on to false identity, not knowing who they are. Because the universal question that every man in this world have to ask themselves is this: who am I? And when the answer comes, it have to be I am. I am that I am. I am whatever I believe myself to be. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Because it is your thoughts that is creating your reality. But many people do not chase the laws of thoughts in their mind. However you think and what you thinking on, most of the time, is what you would become. So the man who killed, before he killed, he was dwelling on that thoughts. The man who become religious and want to condemn everybody, it is because of the thoughts that he or she is entertaining within their mind. So my brother, my sisters, everything is false mental. Everything has its opposite. That's the law of polarity. And the law of correspondence teaches you, as above, so below. As it is within, so is it without. So everything that you see is happening outside, it basically happening within, in the imagination of man. Because God is your own human imagination. And it's only God in the world. And it's only God playing all the parts. That's the reason why he says that he didn't come to bring condemnation. That in the end, all is forgiven. Because God and God alone is playing all of the parts. But because many have the wrong concept of who God is, and you realize that God is the creator or creative power in man, they end up in the different religion and never understand the message of Willam Branham when he says the mighty God unveils before us. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to say to you, the reason why I'm able to bring this message across to you, because I've been called and sent, and you can never say that you've been sent unless you have fulfilled our experience. St. John chapter 3, which is basically teaching you about the birth from the skull. That's the reason why I have a lecture on Amazon called The Secret Vagina, and soon I'll be I'll be putting an ebook together to give you even more information and inspiration on the secret vagina, and show you and teach you the born again experience, and teach you the true virgin birth, and show you it never equate to a woman down below. That the virgin birth could take place with a man, it could take place with a woman. And until you have that experience, you cannot tell the story, the true story, because the greatest mystery upon the face of this earth can never be known intellectually. It must be experienced. And I who have experienced the greatest mystery, I'm telling you, it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N. And when that happens to you, it's the dawning of a new day. And when that dawning of a new day comes in your life, you have an awakened imagination. And just as how with all the S-U-N, there is no life. But they get you to believe that it's the S-O-N it is talking about. But it is the S-U-N. With all the S-U-N, there is no life. And without the human imagination, or your own human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And all thing was made by the human imagination. So my brother and my sisters, you have to go right back to Genesis 1 and understand it psychologically before you could ever talk about prophecy and all of these things. So my brother and my sisters, let me end here by saying, the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. And now, I want to give you the sign of Matthew 6:22, where it says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. If you will only be able to see things in your mind's eye, when the sun arises in you and you understand the rising of the sun, you will be the light of the world, because God is light. And you've been admonished to be the light of the world, and let your light so shine before men, that they may behold your works and glorify the God they will see. They will have seen in you. Also, be the salt of the earth and be salty. So with that being said, I say peace, love you. I'm out.